Hello, my lovelies. Hello, my darlings. So I ran out of water today, and I'm currently parked up on Littlestone Beach, um, New Romney, and I was hoping it would last until Monday. It's Saturday today, because I'd arranged to top up with water at Emma's on the Monday, because I was unable to do it at the weekend, and I was like, oh no, it's Saturday. What am I going to do? And I forget, I actually have friends. And friends in New Romney as well. Not that far from Emma's either, to be fair. Um, so Anna and Marco, thank you very, very much for letting me come round, top up with water. Also had a shower. Was made lunch. Sat in the garden and chatted about old times, and I mean it's not that I say old times, but yeah, old times now, old times now. But yeah, oh, how bloody wonderful to have friends like that. That I could just turn up, dogs play in the garden, um, have a shower, top my water up. So even offered use of their washing machine, and I'm probably going to take them up on it later on. You know, probably actually in a few days, to be honest with you, because I do need to get some washing done. And they've got doggos, and they don't mind the fact that most of my clothes are covered with dog hair, and you know, it's gonna the washing machine will be invaded with dog floof. Um, so yeah, and even had a little look at Margot because I had to change the anti-roll bar link on the near side. Um, it was an advisory on one of the last MOT, and it was okay for a while. I mean, it's lasted almost a year, but it had actually worn out, so I had to change that the other day. And ideally, you take the wheel off, but I couldn't. I couldn't crack the wheel nuts. I was jumping up and down on the wheel brace, and it just wasn't happening for me. So, with the help of an angle grinder, I managed to change the anti-roll bar link. Managed to change that, and yeah, that was fixed. So that's sorted. But I knew I couldn't change the wheel because I just couldn't undo it. And we were chatting in the garden, and I just mentioned the fact to Marco. I said, could we just maybe just crack the wheel nut so that I can, if I do need to change that near side tyre, because Margot's front tyres were both over 10 years old, and that's not necessarily a problem. It's just if the wall starts to corrode a little bit and starts to crack in the rubber, and it had just about started to go, only just, and there was a few little bumps. I might have clipped the curb. The tyres were old, but they were still wearing them. So we managed to swap the spare one. Basically, I've got a spare, and that's a good tyre. Um, Still a 2016 tyre, but it's in good condition. Um, so managed to crack the wheel nuts between me and Marco, and get that sorted. So I've swapped that, and it's actually sorted out a slight bit of steering wobble that I had as well. I was a bit worried that I might need a new steering rack, because I'm just a bit over dramatic and worry too much about things by the looks of it. Um, and the other front side, because the brake pads are, there's not much left on them. A couple of thousand miles, Marco reckons, which there probably is, but they need replacing soon, definitely. Um, so that's a job that I'll probably do after the MOT. But if I'm not going to be able to crack the wheel nuts with the wheel brace, then we're in trouble. So with some of his tools on his drive, we managed to get that sorted. And I am so fucking grateful. I am so blessed to have such bloody lovely, wonderful, beautiful friends. Really am. I really am. And I forget I have friends. I think, oh, I don't want to impose on people and this, that, and the other, but I said, oh, would you mind if I pop round? Could I top up with water at yours? Yeah, come round, top up with water, and then do you want some lunch? It's like, oh, well, go on, have some lunch. Oh, okay then, bless you, thank you very much. Do you want a shower? Oh, yes, please. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Marco. You are fucking legends. So yeah, and I haven't got to worry. M&T's booked for 22nd. M&T runs out on the 19th, but if I'm parked on a private road, which I will be until then, um, it's not an issue. And if Margot does fail, which I don't think she's going to, I think she's going to get through with a few advisories, um, and probably repair as soon as possible. Um, yeah, I think she's going to get through now after having a look. We've just had to change that front near side because the tyre was just, it was starting to deteriorate a little bit, but it'll be fine as a spare. But it had a few little bumps in it. But like I say, it sorted the steering wobble out as well. So, and we've cracked the nuts and torqued them to the right specification because they were completely over tightened and impossible to take off by hand, some of those wheel nuts. So um, fucking brilliant, mate. What a day. The dogs have had play in the garden. They've been playing with um, these little balls that make a noise when they move them, and chewing on a bone that was found in the garden. And yeah, they had some time, chilled out. So yeah, I've had a bloody good day today, and I'm like I say, I've had a shower, had lunch. It was really nice to just chill out in the garden with friends, chat about old times, chew shit, and yeah, get a few bits sorted as well. That yeah, the wheel nuts cracked, for example, that just I couldn't do. And Marco's torque wrench sorted it out nicely. It fitted tight. And sometimes when you're doing work on a vehicle, it's just easier to have two people. So, oh, what a bloody day! Yeah, I don't know why I'm so yeah hesitant to go and see people. I feel like I don't want to impose on people, and you know, but actually they were so lovely. They're my friends, you know. That's what friends do. That's what I would do for my friends. Whatever they need within my power. Um, that's what you do, isn't it? But I don't think people are going to do that for me necessarily. But how lovely that, yeah, to actually realise that people think that I'm a nice guy, and they want to help me, and you know, enjoy my company and all this stuff. Because yeah, I think it's quite important to realise that you actually have friends that look after you, and I do know that. I do know that. Like, for goodness sake, Margot needed a new engine, and I was like, I'm gonna have to just fucking hang around for a couple of years before and save the money to get it sorted. And I mentioned it to a couple of friends, and one of them went, "Look, you want 3.5 grand, have it, and pay it back when you can." Like, what? What? I've got friends that like me and will do things for me and will understand that, yeah, I will pay it back eventually. You know, I might not pay it every month if I need to money for something, but they're like, no, it's fine. I know you're going to pay it back eventually. You know, if you need to skip a few payments, then you can. It's not a problem. And um, that's Lorna. Thank you, Lorna. Yeah, what the fuck? I'm one lucky fucker, and I'm so fucking grateful. I'm so fucking grateful that yeah, that I've actually got proper friends, good friends, not fair weather friends. I've had fair weather friends, and the people in my circle are my friends. They will help me if I need them to, and that is a blessing. It's a blessing, and like I say, I'm so grateful. So I'm just going to shut up because I'm rambling on now. I've been talking for about 12 minutes now. 12. Yeah, we'll stick this in with something, maybe. But fucking hell. Brilliant day today. And now actually I know if Margot does, in the unlikely event that she does fail her MOT at the end of the month, that I've got a drive I can go and park up on, and we can do a little bit of work if needs be there, and it'll be fun. It'll be enjoyable because I'm not really a mechanic, and I find it daunting, but I do enjoy doing stuff with people that know their shit. And Marco knows a bit about engines, and has done quite a lot of work himself on motors and motorbikes and what have you. And yeah, that's what I mean. Like, me and Marco mucking about with the van on the drive is actually a fun thing. It's not actually an imposition. It's not. I need to I need to realise this, that, you know, yeah, it's an enjoyable interaction. Um, it's not a task, a job. You're not necessarily asking too much of somebody. People want to help, and they might actually enjoy doing it. Like we enjoyed trying to crack the wheel nuts and pumping the tyres up with the foot pump, because my little tyre pump thing has blown a fuse again, so that's not working. So yeah. Anyway, I've just had a bloody good day. I'm gonna have to watch this back and see what rubbish I've been rambling on with. Yeah, okay. Love and light, my lovelies. Love and light, my darlings. I'll catch up with you soon. Okay. See you soon. Bye bye.